Hey Flosstube. Well, we're giving this another go, so I'm back, and welcome back if you are returning. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name's Kat, and this is Kat is Crafting. And this is a channel mostly about cross stitch and some knitting and crocheting. And this is Flosstube number 2. It's been about 3 weeks since I filmed my last and very first Flosstube, and so I would just first off like to thank everyone that commented and liked and subscribed. It was great to hear from you and to see that people were interested in the projects I'm sharing. Hopefully those of you joining and watching this now will also enjoy what I have to share with you today. So I'm filming with a bit of a cold, and it's midweek, just because I don't know if I'm going to have time this weekend to film. I was hoping to film every 3 weeks. So like I said, it's about 3 weeks since I filmed my last Flosstube. And so today is going to be more of a kind of, I want to say, typical traditional Flosstube format. Where last time was my introduction, a whip parade, and if you haven't seen that, and that sounds interesting to you, please take the time and check that video out afterwards. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start with some stitching stats that I started tracking for this month to kind of, I was curious how much I was stitching a month, how much I was doing. So this kind of just ties really nicely in with Flosstube and keeping track of that as well. So I also do have notes, that's why I keep looking down, so apologies, I'm still getting used to this whole camera setup. Hopefully my volume's okay. I encourage you, please leave comments if you have any suggestions with regards to my setup, volume, etc. That I might be able to improve on, just because I'm not a veteran for filming, and every Flosstuber says this. It's very strange talking to yourself and looking at a camera. So I am trying to learn through the process. So after I go through my stitchy stats, I'm gonna then go through any starts, whips, hauls, and plans I have. I don't have any finishes to share with you today, but I would just put those at the front. And then one thing I'm going to change from my last Flosstube is I kind of switched up by, originally I was showing pictures of things on my tablet, or if I have the paper copy, I will this time, instead of trying to use my tablet to show those pictures, just try to throw it up after post-editing. Put those in, so they hopefully be showing up here when I'm doing it, and I'll try and get out of the way, just because I think that might work better and I won't be struggling as much to try and pull things up on my tablets. So since my last Flosstube, I've stitched approximately 7,200 stitches over 16 days, and that's over 6 different projects. As I said, I am getting over a cold, so this might be a inflated stitch count from what I'm usually doing, just because I have had a lot more time to just sit on the couch and stitch as I've been recovering from my cold. So I don't have any finishes, but I do have a new start. This is my birthday start. It is Cirque de Coeurs, which is Circus of Hearts. And this is by, oh gosh, Ink Circles. Yeah, that's correct. So this is by Ink Circles, and I'll put a picture of what it will look like. I don't know if I said this in my first Flosstube, because this was part of my plans to have this birthday start, but I first saw this through Shiloh at X Stitch MD when she shared her projects, I feel like a couple years ago now when I first found her. And I absolutely fell in love with this project. So she may have inspired me, so thank you, Shiloh. But this is where I am on it. And it is really nice. I got a really good start on it. So here, I'll show it there. So that's where I am with it. This is on a 32 count Belfast linen, and the thread is Lichen and Lace's thread. It's kind of like a closer to like a yarn thread, and it's 1/2. I've stitched 2,347 stitches, which makes it about 13% complete. What I mean is, so this is the thread that I'm using, and actually let me pull it out. This is what it looks like. So it's nice and it's very thick and kind of fluffy. It's really nice to work with. It has a fantastic feel. I keep touching it. I really shouldn't because I'm just getting my oils all over it. But it's it has a lovely texture, and I feel like on this 32 count, it has really good coverage. One thing I was interested in is I wasn't sure how much each skein of these would come. They come in, they look like this. And it works out to about 2,600 stitches per skein, which is great because I definitely have enough for this project, and it will help me in the future for estimating her stuff, just because I really do like that floss. One thing I will have to be careful on is it's very much has like almost a 2 to 2.5 thread coverage, so I'm only going to be able to use it on projects where sorry, I don't know where to hold this, so we'll practice. It seems like I'm going to be going on to my left unless I move over a bit, so we'll have to see where I'm the projects I'm putting it on, because I've got a lot of 1/1s coming up, which unfortunately means I wouldn't be able to use this floss. It just would be too tight, and the texture difference wouldn't be great. So that's Cirque de Coeurs, Circus of Hearts. Up next is my whips. So the first whip I have is my 25-year heat map. This was an inspiration from Nicole at StemX Stitch. She did one, and I absolutely love the idea, so I took that, charted it up, and made my own. I this is on 18 count Aida 2/1, and I put 1,560 stitches in it, so it's about 85% complete. So that's just what that's just what it looks like. Don't know which side to put it on. Looks lovely. Sorry. So this is what it looks like, and I'll just zoom right in. So it's really nice coming up. And so I just have this bottom couple rows to do, but really turning out really nice. Loving the colors, loving how it's working out. So looking forward to working on that some more. And like I said, it's just on, I don't even think they're DMC. They are loops and thread with a couple DMC. So these are the colors for it. They're just the rainbow colors I had. I don't know where or how I acquired loops and thread packs, but I think it's the Michaels brand. So I'm just trying to use them where I can, because they're not really called for in any sort of projects, just because I don't have numbers. So I'm just using them when I can. The next project on my whip list is Cathedral Woods Goddess by Mirabillia. It lives in this wonderful, wonderful sloth bag. This project, and this bag is from Little Boat 88. I'm doing this on all the called for threads on a 32 count linen by Wilchelt in French Latte. It's 2/2 with 1/1 for the skin. I forgot to that from before, but what I'll do is here's where I was before, and here's where I am now. Yeah, got a lot done. I did a lot of the face and upper body this time, and let's just look at those colors. So yeah, I've been doing 1/1 for the skin, and I think it has turned out really nice. I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong, or if I am doing anything wrong. I've been finding that the 1/1 is really nodding. I'm glad. I think I'm done on the 1/1, which is lovely. But it was kind of annoying to do just because I found that the threads were nodding a lot, and also some of that skin blends really well into the fabric. I don't even know if you can tell on camera, but it really blends in even in person. So it was a little difficult to see some of the stitches at times. For that, I did put in about 730 stitches this month. I say about just because with the 1/1, the chart has 1 stitch. Because it's 1/1, it actually works out to 4 stitches. But I've been only counting them as 1 just because I wasn't about to get that complicated with it. And that's about 93% complete. It's my most complete project. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So I really enjoy stitching on that. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is my Cirque decor. That's my first monochromatic piece, and I put in a lot of stitches on it this month, and I think it's just because it's so wonderful to pick up and just use 1 thread. So I'm really liking that stitching. It's just been lots of fun to do. The next project on my whip list is Lan's the Guardian. He lives in this Little Boat 88 llama bag. It's by Enchanting Lair. This is what it will look like. And for this one, I was able to put 807 stitches on it this month. So it's 61% complete, I guess, since I last showed it. Here's what it looked like last time, and here's where I am now. So I did a lot, I believe, on the neck portion. I didn't have that done, and so I just was working my way up there. It's a lot of blue stitching, so it's a big just can't get the whole thing in frame. Hopefully you're seeing that, but it's a lot of blue stitching. So while I do enjoy stitching on it, I do like variety. So it's slowly coming on. This is my oldest whip. It is on 28 count linen, and it's with the called for DMC. Oh, and I'll just show you. So what I mean is it's a lot of blues and some purple. Haven't used those yet, so looking forward to those purples coming in, but it's just a lot of blues for that. So but still enjoying it, still enjoying the process. It's a slow go. My next whip is actually 2 whips, and it's the Nostalgic Tarot Frame and the Fool by Witchy-Stitcher. I'm counting as 2 because when I finish one of the tarot cards, I'm going to consider that a finish. So here's where I was last time, and here's where I am now. So I have finished the frame at the top portion, built out that white border completely. And then I moved into the card portion there. And the reason why I decided to start the card was, one, I was tired of stitching white border, but also stitching the border. It's a lot of counting, and this is 1/1 on 32, so they are very small stitches. I love it, but they're quite small stitches. So counting those stitches, I really didn't want to miscount. So I thought that if I started putting in one of the cards, I could use that as reference, and it's really helped because I was able to put in the side of the cards and start that off, and then just work the border down to this little to here without having to really do too much counting. So it was really nice. I'm doing that with all the called for colors. So here's what the colors look like. They're bright and lovely. And they're just fabulous. So really, really loving this, and it's going to look great on this fabric. Some of the purple's a little hard to see, but it does stand out more in person. I put 1,400 stitches in the frame, which is about 24% complete, and 355 stitches on the card itself, which means that is 7.5% complete. So the last whip I have is a knitting whip. I only have one knitting whip right now to show you, so I'm just putting this in before I start showing you my haul and plans. This is the Don't Panic shawl, and I'm using this wonderful, beautiful blue brick variegated, or not really variegated yarn. It's faded yarn fade, the rainbow. So it was a new cast on for my birthday as well. So here's where I am now. I'm just getting into the orange color. It's all scrunched up, but it's going to be a semicircular shawl. And it's looking really good so far. I'm really having fun knitting this up. And the colors are turning out really nice. So really happy with that progress. And one thing is it is very pattern heavy. So it's not a stitch you can just stitch while watching TV. You do have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, now on to haul. So I got a couple things in. I did some shopping on my birthday, as well as have some club things that I got in. So I thought I would show you. So first off, for patterns, I bought a couple patterns, and I'll just start showing them here. So the first two patterns I got were from purchased through Modern Folk Embroidery. I picked up Fruits of Plenty, I'm sure everyone's familiar with, as well as Move Forward in Love. From Etsy, I picked up Mystical Plague Doctor by Busby Designs. This one I had favorited a while ago, and then it wasn't available in the shop, and then it became a bit more available again. So I was really looking. I snagged that before it was taken down again. I'm not sure why. It's a digital pattern, so I'm not sure why it wasn't available for a bit there. And then I picked up a couple smalls by Nikki Pattern. The Sistine Madonna by Raphael. The La Scapigliata by Leonardo da Vinci. Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, and David by Michelangelo. And I'll discuss in my plans why I've picked those up, other than they're just really neat. With regards to stash, I picked up, ordered from Mrs. Sedas. So I'm going to kind of do an unboxing at the same time. So it came with this lovely free gift called Fall. So it's just this lovely variegated goldy color. Beautiful, thank you. And came with some tea. And you can see I got this today, so I haven't opened it yet, but I'm very excited for it. So, pardon the scrunching. So I picked up two colors, and here they are. Oh, they're gorgeous. And I think they're going to look absolutely beautiful together. So this one is Copper, and this one is Lust, and we're just going to put them close by so I can talk about my plans for those. So those are my Mrs. Sedas purchases. I also got in my Lichen and Lace Winter Embroidery Club. So this is a 3-month club. I'm not sure where I put those. I'm sorry. This is my 3-month club. And so this is the 2nd month. So I thought I would just share with you what I got there. So it comes with five skeins. This is just a way of bulking up my stash. So this is Cobalt, Autumn something, Ivy, Autumn something, can't read that unfortunately. Maybe I'll look it up online, see if she's listed these. These were supposed to be colors that she hadn't come out with yet, so at least you wouldn't be given duplicates if you already owned some of her colors. Oak, it's a lovely taupe color. Ooh, Blue Spruce, that is a gorgeous color. And then Harbor Dusk. Me, I just went a little bit coughing spree. Hopefully I edited that out. And it also came with these wonderful stitch marker, yarn thread bobbins. Can't think of the name, but which will be great. You might use them with the Mrs. Sedas as they're a little bit more hefty, and I think they'll be good with the larger skeins, since I will have to be breaking those up. So that's great. Also, since we're on it, I wanted to show you last month's flosses, since I have that. So so last month's flosses that came in were Dandelion Dream, lovely yellow, Rainbow, beautiful, Marsh Sky, Gladiolus. Oh, this, I own a yarn this color for knitting. Oh, just beautiful, love it. And Sprinkles. So those are the 10 that I've gotten from that club so far, and then there's one more month, so I should be getting some in February as well that I can show you. I ordered a couple things from Embroidery Marketplace, which is a store in Calgary. First off, I got the Ultimate Sampler Motif Sourcebook by Brenda Keys and the Sampler Company. I first saw this, Michaela with Cinematic Stitches showed it on her channel, and I just had to get it based on her review. And looking through it now, it is fantastic. I'm really happy I grabbed it. And I'm looking forward to using it to help substitute in motifs for my projects coming forward. So thanks, Michaela, for enabling me on this one. I do not regret that purchase. I also picked up some fabric. So it is a 32 count linen called Chalice. The color's called Chalice. So it's this lovely, much more orangey. I'm not sure how it's showing up on camera, but I know online it didn't look as orangey, but it definitely has a orange crush vibe to it. So I'm gonna have to do a floss toss with what the intended project was. Maybe you can let me know when I show you the intended project, because I do have a backup fabric, what you think might work. But picked that up, so that's really nice. Really excited that came in. And then I've got one more. I treated myself for my birthday and grabbed some project bags. So these are from Little Boat 88. And the first one, oh, I forgot which patterns I got. The first one is this beautiful fox pattern, and all of them are the clear vinyl side, and of course it comes with oh gosh, more tissue paper. Comes with more tissue paper. It comes with the thread breads, matching thread bread for it, so that's lovely. So that's bag number one. And bag number two, right, is this beautiful fuchsia bear bag. Oh. with the vinyl insert. I love this. Oh my god! And it comes with the matching tissue paper. Just well done, well done. Good presentation, Littleboard 88. And again, comes with the matching thread bed for it. So those are my 2 project bags that I'm gonna put some new projects in. So really excited for those. So plans. Sorry, let me just. So plans. So on my last Flosstube, I had said I wanted to finish my 25-year heat map by the end of January. That did not happen. What I found this month was, while I enjoy working on the project, sometimes it wasn't always calling to me. It is quite repetitive, and I like a little bit of variety. So my new goal is to finish it by the end of May. I think I've got 4 year bands left, so that would be 1 band a month, which I think is much more reasonable and doable. It means I won't get bored on it, and I'm not forcing it. I mean, this is a hobby, so I don't want to be forcing myself to work on a certain project if it's not calling to me. So that's one of the goals I have. I really want to start Fruits of Plenty. My plan was to, and that's where these threads come in. I'm using these 2 colors, and I think they will work. So this will be the light, this will be the dark, and I have this Fiber on a Whim Night Sky, 40 count, so I'd be doing 1/2, I think it would work out to. But it's this lovely kind of mottled gray fabric, and I think these 2 colors will just stand out beautifully on it. So looking forward to starting that very soon, now that I have project bags to put them in. My plan was to try, because this used to be, I think this was the 2021 stitch along, so it has been broken down into monthly stitch goals. So my plan was to try and stitch this based on that. I've got some catch up to do for January, so we'll see how that goes. I was watching Sheldon of Sheldon and Stitches. He's a new Flosstuber as well on this, so if you haven't seen him, go check him out. He's a delight to watch. He's got fantastic projects. He's very calming to listen to. I'm very excited that he's joined the Flosstube community. He has his goal is also to finish it this year, and he has about 5 months or so progress on it, I believe. And he was making it sound like that might be a stretch for him. So I don't know if that's just his personal stitching, because I know he has a lot more whips than me, or if I'm just really underestimating how many stitches are going into these monthly ones. So we'll see how that goes. I might not be fully understanding what I'm committing myself to, but right now I am hoping to be able to follow along and do the 1 month, follow the previous stitch along by doing a month pieces each. So we'll see how that goes. My next plan is the Cathedral Woods Goddess. That is the whip that I think is at 90-something%, I said. It's my most finished whip, and I'm really hoping I can get that finished. I want to get it done this beginning half of the year, so by the end of June. Yeah, that makes sense. By the end of June, or by June. Because I don't have that many stitches left, and then I've just got the beading. So I would really like to get that finished and fully finished this year. So I think that's doable. My Nostalgic Tarot. Now that I've started on the cards, I am part of the Patreon, so I'm not going to catch up because there's like 12 cards out, and she releases 2 every other month. But I would like to try and see if I can do a card a month just to catch up. That would mean that I get 12 cards in by end of December. Again, I'm a little behind because I just started the card maybe like 2 days ago, but I want to see about that. And then the last one I have, and this is where those really cute minis come in. I'll put a picture in. I have a piece of art that's that's Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. That's a play on the Ninja Turtles. It's a lot of fun. It lives in my living room. What I wanted to do is do a companion piece that was cross-stitch of their smalls of each of their works. I think the one I'm having issue with right now is Donatello. I think only did sculptures. So if you know of a cross-stitch pattern that's a Donatello artwork, please let me know. If not, I think I might try and chart one of his well-known sculptures, and that way I can have the same format of the 4 pictures right beside each other, and then have them kind of mirrored on the walls. But yeah, those are my plans moving forward, and hopefully I can stick to those plans. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much if you've stuck around to the end of this and my ramblings. I've really enjoyed sharing my stitching with you so far. And if you've liked and heard what you saw, I hope you will consider liking, subscribing, or commenting on this video. I'd love to hear what you're working on or what your goals are. Please let me know if I'm crazy with my Fruits of Plenty and how many stitches go into it. I haven't even loaded in Pattern Keeper, guys, so I'm not even sure how many stitches are in the piece itself. So we'll see. We'll see. I would love to hear from you. And if there's anything that you're interested in hearing from me about, or have questions or comments about these videos in general, would like to make them so you can hear me okay, see things okay. So if you have any suggestions, please, constructive criticism is always welcome, as long as it's, positively phrased, let's say. I'll link anyone I mentioned in the description below, as well as a list of the projects in case you're interested in the shops that I've mentioned. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, have a good one. Bye, guys.